So, a little bit more reflection for the night. By the way, you can see the top floor of my house right there. I just thought I'd go for a little evening walk to clear my head a little bit. I guess what I would like to share is that living alone off the grid for over 3 years now, mostly in Alaska and a little while here, it's been pretty solitary. I've had friends come and go, and in Alaska I have a really awesome kind of pseudo family of my neighbors, and they're just wonderful. They let me use their shower and restroom kind of at will. I'm just part of the family. I do their laundry and do their dishes, and we kind of share the other responsibilities, and the children are like family to me. I go to their events and sporting events, and I guess what I would like to share today is, some people will say, well, you said you were lonely. Well, not really. Most of the time I'm not. But today I noticed, and I don't know if part of it was sort of the gloomy weather a little bit and less sunshine that I'm getting. So of course you get less vitamin D. I noticed that I keep thinking of Dick Proennecke. And if you don't know who Dick Proennecke is, you should. Even if you're not into survival. Dick Proennecke is one of my heroes and mentors. Never met the man. He died before actually I probably even knew who he was. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, he spent some of his last years in Juneau, Alaska. But he, of course, is famous for living alone in the wilderness for over 30 years. So you can find him on YouTube. You can read lots of books. And I've read lots of Dick's books while living off the grid by candlelight. I love his journals. Some of that is like poetry, and it always strikes a chord with me. But for some reason tonight, I have been thinking a lot of Dick and wondering what he felt living alone in the wilderness in the winter when the days were short and his laundry list of things to do was long and he was alone. So it doesn't mean that I'm lonely. It just means that my heart tugs a little bit and I think of certain things that inspire me and keep me going. And one of those things is Dick Proennecke. He's inspirational. He was a man before his time. I could watch his videos over and over. He was an artist. He was a visionary. He was a trailblazer. And he lived alone in the wilderness. And I'm not saying that I always want to live alone in the wilderness. I welcome people as well. I'm very, very social. I do well with people, and I usually do well without. I love working as a team, and I can be self-reliant and self-sufficient. But today, I've just had a little reflection, and just wishing I could have met Dick, and wishing I could meet other people who, too, live alone in the wilderness, and see how they deal with the darkness of winter. I'm usually happy even in the winter because I get outdoors. My grandmother is 92, by the way, and she is outside every day, although not so much in the winter because she's worried about slipping and breaking her hip. She has a dog and she's worried he might knock into her and knock her down. But she's so mentally healthy, doesn't have any signs of dementia. She's only ever been to the doctor for cataract and another minor surgery in her whole life. So she has it right. And what she does is she gets outside every day. So for me, just having these vistas, being out in the little bit of sunshine that there was today, it's somewhat fulfilling. And now I have some good log cabin books to read by candlelight. And I also have some writing to do about winter survival. And I have a lot to be thankful for. I have this opportunity for this upcoming survival challenge, which will be one of 13 episodes that I will be hosting. So I'm super excited about that. But it's also okay to be alone. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It's okay to reflect on other people that have paved the paths before you. Imagine the pioneers. Imagine the lonely homestead wife whose husband may have died, or maybe he's off riding the range, and how she would do it alone in the wilderness. So I think it's pretty easy during the spring, summer, and fall. And this is still fall, but it feels a bit like winter. It was below zero this morning, and certainly last night. I stayed warm, though, in my bundle of wool blankets and my nice wood stove that isn't very insulating, so it doesn't last real long, but I don't need it because I'll be in wool blankets. So that's my reflection for today. I just wanted to come outside and film this because inside it's so hard for you to see me. So hopefully you enjoy. And I'll just call this Not Around the Cabin by Lantern Light. Out in the sky light for you to be able to see me and my expressions a little bit more vividly. Good night.